What is your command, Megatron?
Subscribe for Magic the Gathering and other content for evil fun.
Fear not, Megatron. Cybertron shall remain as you leave it.
Claim full 6 games.
Prime 406 Games. Where are you? Hello. Welcome to the morning coffee. Welcome to the morning coffee. Yum, yum, yum. Coffee mocha. How are you guys doing? How are you doing today? How is the morning? I want to say hello. Good morning, Brian Bushnell. Got the cat in the back. We got the cabinet on the side. We got me right in front of you in the hat. I'm bald. I know you don't care, but I figured I'd try. What is the question? That is the title of today's little rant or little topic. Like, what is the question? Usually when I started morning coffee, I watched a couple of videos on a couple topics and come up with my own idea off of them, like, kind of get motivated. And today I was like, what if we just asked questions? Like, ask questions to chat, ask questions in general. Because what is the question that we want with Magic the Gathering? Weird stuff like, why so many reprints? To why so many variants? To why product price increases on things that shouldn't be as expensive they are? Who knows? We can ask any other question. You can ask why the sky is blue. Maybe the sky isn't blue. Maybe the sky is red. We just think it's blue. Maybe our colors are off, and maybe we misnamed the colors. Is that a possibility? What is the question? I'm kidding. We're here just to chat and chill. Be calm, be cool. We're here to be neat. We might have a special guest coming on today. We'll see. But I'm going to just talk and chat and feel how things are, because it is a wonderful Thursday. I mean, most of my days between Wednesday and Saturday I already have planned out. Like, we're having steaks and vegetables for dinner tonight. That's already been planned out. I'm drinking coffee. Coffee is a must. That was already planned out. I'm going to have a sandwich for lunch. Already planned out, right? So many things planned out. I know this seems weird, but that's how my life goes, because the wife sleeps and works at midnight or works overnights, and so I have to plan out the day. Hence why Wednesdays through Saturdays I do these morning coffees. She's asleep, and I don't have to keep her company because she's sleeping. I get to chill and chat with you, my friends. James Willis, good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. How is the coffee today? How are you doing today? Is it a good day for you? It's a good day for me. It's a good day for this cat who's just sleeping there. I can bother the cat. I go, give me kisses. Richie, you're here just on the phone. Well, welcome, Richie, for being here. Thank you for being here. I see you stepped out of your cave. Yeah. It's a wonderful day, though. It's a wonderful day. And, I'm excited. Like, did you watch Investables Collectibles opening video today? I sent him some fire. You didn't realize how much fire. I don't know if he knows how much money I sent him in value. It's just there were cards I had for trade that nobody wanted. And I'm like, there's some serious heat. Over $100 worth of value. And I'm not complaining. I got some sweet Eldrazi's out of the trade. Whoa. Just amazing. And he got a Boston CD still sealed in package. I've had that for a minute, and the value of it's still up there because it's sealed. It's not like super amazing value, but it was a fun gimmick to throw in for his birthday. His little comment about CDs, working a CD player, if you don't know what a CD player is, was funny. It was funny. But you know, we all like kind of media, right? I mean, who here still has CDs for CD players? Like I have music all over my phone, but sometimes it's nice just to put in some old tracks from the CD. You know, it's fun. It's nostalgic. And with all things magic is nostalgic, and magic's in a weird spot, right? Thinking about it. Magic has cards that are nostalgic to us, yet they're feeding us new cards all the time. And they're selling reprints for nostalgic purposes to sell. It's a weird time, you know? I mean, I'm not complaining about prices dropping myself, because I want to get in the game with certain card pieces, but the question is, are you enjoying the game? I am. I feel bad when I pub stomp. Don't mean to pub stomp when I do. Like yesterday, Primes and I's game, the first game I played, my deck just pub stomped all over him. It's like my deck had something to prove. It's like, this is what your deck can do. You're going to play some nasty creatures, massive board wipe. Boom. Epic. I mean, did you guys enjoy yesterday's game with Prime and I? I mean, I thought the game was fun. The games were fun. Like, the first game was fun, but I felt bad for winning like that. But then Prime turns around and beats my butt with his Eldrazi deck. It was crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you're relaxed, maybe you're on the porch, drinking some coffee, enjoying the day. I mean, let's think of good things, right? Let's think of some good things. The Secret Invasion show on Disney Plus. It was pretty good for the most part. The ending was weird, but it was good. The new Turtles movie, getting banger hits. Oppenheimer is a historical movie that's actually getting good ratings. It's nice to know people are interested in history. I mean, when I was a kid, something like that wouldn't fly so well for kids like our age. So it's interesting. Yeah, those games were interesting games, and Eldrazi did win both. That is right. Right, Eldrazi. So now you see why I want that Ulamog for that deck. And then, Genesis Wave to pump out. I need to go through my collection to find some more ramp up that deck. Because I can see where I'm looking through the cards, and I can see where some cards can be taken out to enhance the synergy and speed of the deck, to clock the deck to go faster. Yes, Tortoise uses weird terms for deck building, like clocking a deck. Interesting fact, Tortoise kind of looks at deck building kind of like computer building. Though Tortoise does not know how to build a computer, but he's aware of how people do build computers and some lingo, and clocking a deck is checking the speed of the deck and how fast the deck goes before it pulls off. Hence, Marifik the mini deck clocks out around turn 4 to turn 6 most times. It likes to go and beef up and get crazy by turn 4 and turn 6. Where my Tulane deck likes to go crazy around turn 6 to turn 10. I've clocked it many times. It's weird lingo, but it works for me. It's the way I think. It's the way I just inherently think of the deck. Like, when it comes to, we're going to go into Tortoise talks about commander deck building rant, right? So Tortoise builds commander decks. He works on his removal his board wipes, his synergies, sometimes his combos. Tortoise doesn't like too many combos, but sometimes his combos, and he clocks out how he clocks the speed of his deck to how it pulls off, to when it pulls off, and how fast it can pull off, when it becomes a threat. Like, when does a deck become a threat? And question, like, to answer that question for me is a deck pulls off when the threat assessment stays insane or stabilized after a certain time. Like, if after turn 4 I can play a game-winning card, then even if it's dealt with, if I can continue the trend to have the game-winning threat on board continuously, that is clocking out to the high prime example of how powerful the deck can be. Like my Atraxa deck clocks out around turn 5 to turn 10. Slow odds there between turn 5 and turn 10, but it's always good. It's like pumping out. Interesting concept, if you ask me. Can you hear me? Am I talking too low, or am I doing fine? I just realized I'm kind of talking undertoned, and I'm just enjoying the smoothness of how I'm talking. I just don't know if you're understanding me or hearing me as well as I think you are. Ooh, sounds fine. Thank you. Ooh, like this. Tortoise has a grip of cards right here. I'm still working on making the stack a little thicker, but these are cards to update my primary cube coming into a future video. Ooh, yes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Preacher! Well, Preacher, welcome. It's better. I guess it's better to clock the deck than to get your clock clean, right? Oh, you're funny. Well, it's like one thing there's 3 key elements to deck building in Commander that I've learned, been taught through different people. Through different people and their strategies, I kind of took their best ideas and collaborated them into a string of ideas. One is view your mana curve and work your power levels equal to your commander. Equal to your mana curve. If you have a higher mana curve, your lower mana curve must support it. If you have a low mana curve, your bigger mana curve must be supported. And so, and then with that in mind, clocking your deck is, if you have a high mana curve, how fast can you get to that mana curve, right? How fast can you get to that mana curve to play efficiently in every turn and keep building up from there? Then assessing your removal rate. In Commander, you're playing against 4 or more people. How much threat can you prevent? Board wipes, removal. Board wipes, removal are good for maintaining the board. Then the fourth thing that I added, because I said 3 things I learned from other people, but the fourth thing I added was, how do I stall my opponent's game so I don't struggle to win the game? Make it easier for me to win the game against my opponents. So I think board wipes. And I think the best example I have for this is in my dinosaur deck. Hey, well, thank you for stopping by, Preacher. I appreciate it. And I know working's kind of hard, but this is the best time for me to get a stream in, because it's between Action A happening at 1 p.m. And after 1 p.m., I have to start getting life together, for the most part, to like 4. And I get time to wake up and kind of get motivated to this video by 11, because I wake up around 9 a.m. most every day. So 11 a.m. for me is a sweet spot. But I appreciate you coming in and listening and doing what you can. So your participation is appreciated 100%. The fact that you're commenting during a time where you're like in between things, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh. Yeah. So, and the question is Tortoise crazy? Probably. Remember, September, Jurassic Park deck comes out. Ooh. Jurassic Park cards and Commander, Jurassic Park cards and Magic. They might be jank. Some of them might be jank and stuff, but man, dinosaurs come out and play. Dinosaurs come out and play. I know. It was so random, a Warriors theme joke. Oh man. But so far, I'm excited. And I think there's a lot of good things coming out in Magic. I actually talked to a friend of mine, which, James knows of. Richie probably knows the guy. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's really doesn't have a good outlook on how Magic's going. And he has a lot of good points about why Magic's not going very well. And I was talking to him, and I was agreeing with him because he has valid points. But the thing is, he thinks Magic's going to die. But the question is, what does it mean if Magic dies? And he asked me this, and I'm like, well, I think Magic will die when it loses the long-term players and just keeps on living off the incoming new players, and the game will survive, and they'll just be all new player based. What the hell is in that coffee? It's coffee mocha coffee with sugar-free sugar added. So super sweet. Super sweet. Yes. So sometime next week, I'm going to do, varying when I get certain cards. I'm hoping for a card to come in to my hands and gritty little dirty paws, and I can send it out to a friend of ours named James and get some cards, because I want to get one card for the cube in the stack so I can do an update, which I got the sweet thumbnail made. Because I want to update the cube. Because you know what I like to do sometimes with my commander cube, my main primary cubes, I like to build decks out of it and go play with people and pub stomp there, because there's real power in my main cube for commander decks. Real power. Yes. I'm a nerd. But it's amazing. It's amazing. I gotta ask a question to somebody. Yeah. Zombie in my head, yeah. Zombie. Yeah, and you got. I should sing intros, right? There's James Willis. He's awesome. He's cool. He walks the streets, and everybody thinks he's a kid. What a life we live in. I mean, one thing that hit me yesterday, last night to be exactly, like late last night, was to live in an era where you can gripe when your main gripe is about a card game and not real life. life's pretty sweet, you know? If life is sweet enough that you can complain about magic, and just in general, people complain about magic, and you're not worried about other things, you must be doing pretty good. What up, James? Couple minute break at work, yeah. James walking the streets. Look, preacher, there's a lot of things that happen in the background with James that you don't know about. Have you heard of the werewolf? Arr! Robert's table. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. You are fine. Thanks for listening. But thanks for stopping by. You're awesome. Awesome. Yeah. You know, it's a good day. Like I was saying, like, isn't it true? And I'm gonna kind of probably get bipolar on this, but isn't it true that we live in an era, like, all right, zombie, get back to work. See you later. Isn't it crazy that we live in an era where prices of products are high, people are living, working hard, keeping their jobs, keeping a roof over their head, right? And their main gripe in our community is a card game. You know, there's other things to gripe about, but the card game. Now, I love Magic the Gathering to death, and I would not like to see Wizards of the Coast fall from grace. You know, I would not like to see it, but if the Wizards of the Coast went out of business, it's no problem compared to losing a house, losing my situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's a weird thought. Like, how much investment of our lives do we put into a game that we love so much that we gripe about the game, when we gripe with others about the game? You know, we defend the game, we attack the game, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the most important things in our life. Now, is it giving us a lot of joy in our lives? Hell yeah, it's giving a lot of joy. There's a lot of moments I sacrificed, like certain parts of my life, just to enjoy the pre-releases, the new cards, the experiences. There was a lot of great things, a lot of things that would hit your nostalgia points, like returning to Ravnica for the remastered set. Sounds awesome and amazing, right? It's going to be crazy. But it's not going to end life as all we know it. You know, it's not going to end the things we love. I mean, I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I have the whole in-game collection in my room, which I want to eventually get on my shelf over here. But, you know, like, there's so many things that we like to distract ourselves. And what's the game going to do? You know, question is, what's the game going to do for us? Like, Magic the Gathering, the cards themselves don't do anything for me. It's the experiences we had. It's the friendships we made. I mean, if it wasn't for Magic the Gathering, I wouldn't be friends with James Willis. I wouldn't be friends with Roberts. I wouldn't be friends with Zombie or Preacher. You know, I wouldn't be friends with a lot of people because of Magic. But now if Magic died, doesn't mean the friendship has to end, right? But sure, it's good content to talk about things. The main question, and that's the thing, the question that we want to focus on is, how much do we value the game over the things we should value in real life? Yeah, no, you're dead on, Stuff T. It's all about the community. Yeah, right. You're right. And it's the community is what we all build on. You know, it's super amazing that the fact that we have relationships because of a game, but the game shouldn't define how we feel about the game. Like well, let me rephrase that. We shouldn't let the game define how we feel about real life. Real life is real life, and I have a wife who works hard to have a real life, who's been through fires of hell and back to live the simple life we have here. The simple life. Who's blessed me, who's given me so much, who's been my number one sidekick this whole time. And even though I'm more the sidekick than she is more the superhero, and I'm the sidekick in this situation. But she's like the best person ever for me. The best person ever. If Magic the Gathering would not affect our relationship at all. I have grand scheme of things, I have all the cards that I ever could use to play games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a cube. I'm working on a second cube. I have this giveaway cube. Yeah, if you haven't forgot, we have a giveaway cube at 500 subscribers that's worth over $300 that you could win when we reach 500 subscribers. Didn't mean to go in that segue, but it's a good time to remind you that there's a giveaway I handed when we reach 500 subscribers. That's not too many subscribers away. So if you're watching this for the first time and you're enjoying the content and want to see more morning shenanigans like this, hit that subscribe button, toggle that bell. You're amazing. You're amazing. James. Super amazing. Super awesome. And it is. But but what I'm saying is, I have all the cards that I've wanted so far. And there's other cards I'd like to get my grubby little dirty hands on, like a doubling season 4 deck and other things. Like, there's cards I wish would drop in value just so I can afford them. It's not only do I need a double season, I need 2 doubling seasons. Not only do I need 2 doubling seasons, I need a Parallel Lives. I need a Anointed Procession, and there's cards that are expensive for decks. I don't need them to live. I just want them to upgrade. MTG Hillbilly, welcome. Now, will I die if I don't have those cards? No. Eventually these cards will see reprints and they'll drop down in value and I'll be able to get them myself. Yeah. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, see. No, I can't talk too much on the value of cards, because some cards should have value to a certain point. And the value of cards is what draws people into the game. You can if you want. Boom, boom. Won't say no. Bing. Boom. Bing. So there's a lot of things in the game that are just in the game of Magic. I'm sorry about the laser pointer thing. This is my mouse. There's a lot of things in the game that help the game survive. There's a lot of things in the game. There's a lot of things in the game that people love. There's synergies people love to follow. There's certain themes that people love to follow. Wizards honed in on them. But one thing Wizards should never really get into is the value of cards. But they've been banking off the value of cards, right? Now, I'm glad for card prices to drop to certain points and power levels, but at the same time, we're finding our ways into power creep. Power creeps keep growing. They keep making things that make older cards better. You know, like the Enduring Enchantments deck could have totally used a Parallelized in it. A Parallelized, Anointed Procession, or a Doubling Season. Which Doubling Season doesn't need a reprint because it's getting reprinted over and over again right now. And welcome, Hillbilly.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? I see ya. You and your green screen gloriness.
Yeah, just got done streaming.
Yeah. I had to leave a little bit early just to start this stream because the stream starts at 11.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But hey, it's Richie
Hey.
Dubs.
Richie, what's going on?
Yes, some reason someone like left a cookie outside his door because he crawled out of his cat cave and now he's like interactive. No, I'm kidding. I'm poking on you. We love you, Richie Dubs. You're awesome. So how are you doing today, Hillbilly?
I'm doing pretty good. Hurting a little bit, but not too bad.
The stint causing you some issues?
Yeah, well, not the stents, the kidney stone.
Oh, the kidney stone in general. Yeah. I've never been through kidney stone before, but I know many people who have, and I know it's not the funnest experience that they never want to have again.
Ask your wife how that felt when she was giving birth.
I've been in that
Seriously.
conversation before.
Yeah, that's how bad a kidney stone hurts. Or that's what they say.
Right?
Yeah, it ain't fun.
Right? And they don't just give you pain relievers to help you during that process.
Well, yeah, they do.
Huh?
But
Oh.
it's weak
Oh.
pain relievers. They don't want to get you hooked on to drugs.
No, true. Some pain relievers are like that. I remember being in the hospital, and they're like, "We're going to give you this, but we're only going to give you a small amount because too much might get you addicted to it."
Hydrocodone is what they gave me.
Hydrocodone. Oh, hydrocodone is really good stuff. And
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying get addicted to it. I'm just saying it's really good pain reliever.
It don't help. Not me. Yeah.
Not on you. Not on that. Probably. I cannot personally attest to the pain you've endured. I've never been in that situation, and not to sound mean, I hope I'm never in that situation. But I feel for your situation because like I know people who've been through that situation who've told me the same thing. It's always painful, always uncomfortable. You know, sometimes that's like the conversations we have about magic. It gets painful and uncomfortable and feels like giving birth to lots of pain.
Yep.
You're kidding.
I don't wish it on nobody.
Right. Right. Especially when it has to come out of the peeper hole.
Yep. That plus when they go up in that hole, put a stand in you, and then they gotta go up in it again to blast it.
Ow.
And you still gotta then blasting it. All thing that's gonna do is just break it up to where you can pass it through your pee hole.
Ah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
And not only that, to give me a strainer cup.
Mm.
I gotta strain my pee and catch those kidney stones, so they can do tests on those kidney stones, see what's causing them.
Mm. It's interesting how they can do that. It's interesting how far technology's come where they can do that.
Yep.
Like I have kidney issues myself. I haven't had kidney stones, but I have a chronic kidney disease, and the chronic you can use chronic lightly because I have chronic kidney disease, but I'm not like advanced enough where it's a major problem. And I remember getting biopsied on my kidney, which is a weird thing. They basically numb my back and they get this little gun that literally looks like a gun that shoots a needle with a little claw on it that's like microscopic, and it shoots into you. They go, and when it goes, this needle goes in with its claw and grabs the piece of kidney skin and pulls it out. I'm like,
Ooh, that sounds painful.
well, it was more painful after than it was during. Like, because they gave me pain meds during it. Like, they shot, I don't know exactly what it was, because it wasn't hydrocodone for this one, but it was a shot of, like, morphine or something. But, like, then for a couple days, I felt like I had a very bad backache in the kidneys.
But when it came out on the scale from 1 to 10, how bad did it hurt?
Well, the kidney?
Now you said you was in a little bit of pain, some pain afterwards.
The pain was pretty harsh for a bit. But like and it made me where I couldn't walk because it felt like a really hard rock in my back. You know, like, so I couldn't bend backwards. I couldn't lean to the side. Why not? Because one of my kidneys has lesions all over it. And it's just because of my diabetes and and other things that go into it that have led it there. But like the procedure, like, I can guarantee you the procedure did not feel as bad as passing a kidney stone.
Well, on a scale from 1 to 10, passing the kidney stone is probably over 10.
14. It's above the mark. No doubt. It doesn't sound fun at all.
Oh, it ain't.
And like I said, I've known people to pass them before, and their stories are always, it's painful. It's the worst thing I've gone through, you know.
They say it's close. The pain is as close as a man can get to giving birth like a woman. The pain that a woman has after when they're giving birth, the pain that they go through, that's the closest that a man can get.
Well, it's because this thing has sharp edges, like little sharp edges. It has to go through a place where it's not used to having hard obstacles going through it, you know, and it's very uncomfortable because it's very sensitive down there anyway. So it's like 3 things already working against you.
Yep. Yep. And imagine peeing blood all the time.
No.
And that's what I'm doing right now because they got that stent up in me.
No, that makes sense. It makes sense, and it doesn't sound fun at all.
It ain't. It's worse. This is the worst kidney stone that I've ever had, and I get them all the time.
Mm. Oh man, like, I'd be curious to find out why you're getting these kidney stones the way you are. I bet you'd like to know if there's a way to stop it.
Yeah, because I'm getting tired of them.
Well, if it's that painful, I'm pretty sure you were tired of it the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Other times it wasn't. It was painful, but this time, oh God, it's worse.
Yeah, because I can know how it is to have that kidney pain, and how hard it is to move and motivate and do anything with that pain.
Mm-hmm. But
something that's as constant as you are, that almost sounds like, you know, well, it doesn't almost sound like, it definitely sounds like not a good quality of life.
It ain't.
At the moment.
I only got supposed to stay away from coffee, but I told my wife, I said, give me a half a cup of coffee. I need some dang on coffee, dag blanket.
Coffee.
Turn my fan on. It gets hot in here in this little office.
Yeah. You mean your big living room with the nice fireplace in the back and the grand piano just to the left?
I wish that was real.
Oh yeah. It looks fantastic.
It's what this STREAMYARD gave me.
STREAMYARD what?
This is what I got off of STREAMYARD.
Oh, nice.
He gave me this one and one with bricks.
One of those things I haven't looked into. Let's see.
You got to have a green screen to get able to get it.
Yeah, I don't have a green screen. I don't have any place for a green screen. Not really. Like I show you my shelf. That's all my space right there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's when I do MTG3 videos and stuff.
Yeah, I ain't got this room. Well, I call it an office because I made it into an office, but it's anyway. I call this my little office because I made it into an office because the room is the smallest room in the house.
It's that little closet space he was talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty much a little closet.
Yeah, like 8x8 room.
Yeah, I could put a twin bed in here, and it would take up the whole entire room.
It's pretty amazing that you don't echo as much as you should in the room like that. You must have a good something on the wall or a good microphone to deter that.
I got a Yeti.
Yeti. I got a blue snowball that eventually needs updating. But you know,
showing off my chair this time.
Yeah.
Usually have a green screen on it because I got another green screen. I usually just group a green screen over to hide it.
Right. Just green screen away.
Yep.
Like, you know, I don't know what I would use a green screen for. Like, I'm pretty sure I could find ways to be creative with a green screen, but in my case, it just seems so extra. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't mind this background when I'm streaming a game and I'm just this little block at the bottom of the screen down here. You know, which I need to stream a game this week. Be fun.
Right, you see this side of my green screen? That's against the wall.
Yeah, I can tell.
And this side is against the other wall.
Right, and the room must be vertical like this to you.
Yeah.
Right, and the door is behind the green screen.
Yeah. Oh no, the door is beside. Right here is beside the green screen.
Nice. Oh, it works out for you. I mean, I think you got a decent setup for how it works.
And this green screen is right behind. It's against the wall. There's a closet behind this side, and it's just a little cubby hole of a closet.
Right.
I put my clothes in it. I come back here and get all my clothes. Yeah, it's real small.
But it works for what you do.
Yeah. I told my wife, I told her, I said, when we moved into this, person came over here and looked at this house, I told her, I said, this is my room. This is my little office.
You took it and you made it yours.
It's only 3 of us. It's me, her, and her mom that lives here.
Yeah.
So instead of 1 woman I put up with, I got to put up with 2.
No doubt. It seems legit.
Yep.
Seems legit. But you know what? You're doing pretty good. I mean, here it's me, my wife, and my son, and we share the house and the bills. You know.
Yep. Well, her mom doesn't work. It's just me and my wife sharing the bills.
That's fine. Pretty good.
I done told her mom. I said, if you want to work, work. If you don't want to work, that's fine too. I don't care.
Well, you know, your situation's unique to you too, so no one's judging. No one should judge. I'm telling you not to, chat. I don't think they are. They're just chilling. Well, how are you doing today? Are you having a good day besides the kidney issues?
Yeah, pretty good day. Got my hind end handed to me there in the arena a couple of times.
All right. Well, you seem to be more boisterous and energetic today than you were yesterday. So you must have been feeling a little bit better. I was really happy about that.
Yesterday I had a awful headache.
Headaches.
I got to worry about those headaches sometimes.
Right. See, my wife can't take ibuprofen as much when it comes to like pain relief and headaches and stuff because that can cause her kidney stones. She was warned about that.
For me, I'm a survivor of 2 ruptured brain aneurysms.
Which is amazing because you know what? Like from how you explain it, it seems like you would have sound more dumbed down. Not to sound rude about it, but like you'd be dumbed down, like the way your speech would be hindered or something. But you come off completely normal, like you walked it off and came out from a bad place and did pretty good. I mean, even your cognitive skills for something like that are really on par and pretty good. And chat, I don't know everything I'm talking about. This is just the observation from Tortoise. But you know, like you're very like one thing I've learned about you is since you started streaming a long time ago, like about a year or so ago, to now you've actually gotten a lot friendlier and a lot more comfortable with chatting with chat, and you've actually become more animated on your lives, which is nice and neat.
That's what I try to do.
Trust me, I try to do it too because I come from a family of men with banal, boring voices.
Now, I come from a family of only child.
Hey.
I'm only child. From my mom, but my dad, I got a half sister. But we get along pretty good, but we don't really associate with each other.
Yeah, well, we all have a family like that. Trust me, I have it. My wife has it.
I barely associate with my dad.
Yeah, but you know, life's like that, and if it's for the better, then let it be for the better.
Yep. But my dad wasn't around when I was growing up.
Yeah, well, neither was my biological father. And my biological father got replaced by an abusive stepfather. So, and oddly enough, like my abusive stepfather was in a wheelchair. Like you wouldn't think that was. He was more verbally aggressive and verbally abusive, more of a mental abuser than he was a physical abuser. But there's been a couple times he's chased us down as kids.
That sounds like my ex-wife.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a joke, but that's funny.
Yep, actually, that's the truth. He was abusive to me, verbally, mentally, physically. I wish she was in a wheelchair. Then I could run.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, used me one time. I went to the cops and they said, "Well, you want us to lock you up?" I'm like, what? Lock me up? Why?
To protect you from her. But
I didn't want to be in the crossbar hotel.
Right. You don't want to be incarcerated for that.
Really?
That makes sense. This is how, like knowing a police officer myself, knowing, not being. Sometimes domestic situations are just harder to deal with when it comes to how things are going to go, because if no laws are really broken.
Well, her dad was a janitor at the police station, so she had full.
Let's see. Let's just chill. Let's see. Beep, 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 beep.
Now I try to argue with my wife here. It's like arguing with a piece of wood.
Right.
She don't argue back. I'm like, what the heck? Arguments sometimes are good for relationships.
Right. Well, it's sometimes it's how people grow and how people don't grow.
True.
Some I know there's certain people who just want control over their life and the relationship they're in, and this is not biblically correct for everybody, right? And I use that term lightly. But some people just think they have to have control because they've had no control over anything else, that they have to keep it in their realm. But also, a good relationship is where people want to grow together and they try to work and mend things together and learn each other's triggers and emotional states.
Right. That's kind of hard to do when the other person don't argue back. It always takes two people to argue.
And that is very true. Very true. It takes a lot of patience, understanding, communication, and actually doing something about it.
Right.
Because the falsehood about us being dumb kids trying to get the girls of our lives as we're kids is we promise we'll never change. Well, first of all, you can never promise that.
Right.
Change is inevitable if you like it or not.
Yep.
Then another thing we promise is we promise to always treat them like royalty. Well, we can't always treat them like royalty. Sometimes our significant other will act really offset and different, bad. I'm trying to use terms that are light, anyways, short term, they'll piss us off and we'll just automatically respond like we're pissed off because we're pissed off, like react. So, heated arguments will be a thing. So another thing we promise as kids, we promise never to yell at them, but that's not always true because there are times we get in those arguments where we're just shouting words across the house, Right. But in the end, how you deal with the situation and how you fix the situation matters, and the more work you put into a relationship, to continue to break the habit of certain things that you are arguing about, and making habit of a change takes time, and that's where the struggle is, and that's where the growth is. I used to be one wild kid that my wife had to train me to be an adult, basically.
One time I took my ex-wife, our two kids, to Wally World. Because I used to be a truck driver, so I had plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
I took my wallet out, gave my daughter $20, gave our son $20, and I put my wallet back in my pocket. Oh, did my ex-wife get mad? Excuse me? I thought kids were always first.
Well, here's the other way to think about it. She's your wife at the time. She's hanging out with you, so why does it matter?
Exactly.
What's the $20 going to do for her when she can pick a $20 item off the shelf, maybe even more expensive, and you both pay for it at the same time?
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, making kids feel special is one thing. That's a good thing. But I see where you're getting at. My wife and I, when we're shopping, the only time we ever split up money like that, here's some money for you, here's some money for me, is when we go yard selling and we split up and find something we want, because we're always looking at different things if we're yard selling, and we're not always buying things at the same time. That's when that kind of stuff happens. But usually we're together all the time. So it doesn't matter who has the money.
Hey, blanket, my dang on computer screen just shut off.
Ooh, no. It's not fun.
No. It has energy saver on it. There should
be a way to turn that off.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure this dang on thing out.
Mm. I believe you. I feel you. I see you. Ooh, boy.
Smart injury saving is off.
Mm.
Why is it not working?
I don't know. Are you sure it's not the screensaver?
Yeah.
Is the screensaver turned off?
Let's see. I don't see screensaver on it.
I don't know. But you're good. It is actually time that we have to sign off the show. While you figure that out. Because it's time I gotta start getting things ready around the house for the kid to wake up, do his thing. Thank you for hopping on MTG Hillbilly. We still see you, so you're not dark.
All right, anytime.
And everybody in chat, thank you for chilling along, being awesome. Thank you for stopping by. For those who did on break, I appreciate you. Thank you for liking the video. Remember, we're doing the 500 subscriber giveaway when we get there. Good cube. And you guys have a wonderful day. And with that, I say